I was humiliated on my wedding day and fled to my aunt's village, but she didn't let me stay in her house. I was already in my dress when my phone rang. I thought it was him, calling to say he was on his way. Maybe even to say he couldn't wait to see me walk down the courthouse aisle. Instead, I answered with a smile, and all I heard was breathing. Then carefully, like he was afraid of shattering glass, he said, "I can't marry you." Just like that, the floor disappeared. That morning, I dusted powdered sugar off my sleeves, smiled at distant relatives, and let my best friend curl my hair into soft waves, all while ignoring the flutter in my chest telling me something was off. But nothing prepared me for those words. The phone slipped from my hand. My mom froze mid-lipstick. My dad, who came in holding coffee, stopped in his tracks. The whole room went silent. I whispered, "He's not coming." Mama blinked like I was joking, but I wasn't. Chaos exploded. My aunt was crying in the kitchen. My best friend tried to hug me, but I didn't want to be touched. I felt hollow, like I was just a shell in a white dress. I walked to the window and looked out. The folding chairs were already set. My little cousin twirled in her flower girl dress. The world still smelled like peach pie and springtime, but nothing was normal anymore. And then my phone buzzed again. It was my aunt, not the one crying in the kitchen, the other one, the one from the village. She said, "Pack your bag, honey. Come stay with me." I didn't say goodbye. I didn't take off the dress. I just walked out barefoot into the Georgia sun. On the bus ride there, I finally cried. I sat in the last row, dress crumpled and stained. I hadn't changed because I didn't know who I was without it. When I got off the bus, Aunt was waiting, but she didn't take me to her house. We passed her house. Instead, we pulled up in front of an old dusty brick building. "The old bakery?" I asked. She nodded. "If I take you home, the neighbors will come snooping, but here, you'll be left alone." Inside, it smelled like smoke and ghosts. The oven was huge, blackened from years of fire. She led me to a back room, tiny bed, one shelf, a quilt that smelled like lavender. "It ain't the Ritz," she said, "but it's safe." And then she left me there, alone. That night, I sat on the bed, still in the dress. And for the first time, I didn't feel broken. I felt quiet, still. Like maybe this was the start of something. The next morning, I cleaned. I scrubbed counters, shook out rugs, opened the windows, let the dust leave with the wind. Then I touched the oven. It was warm, like it remembered something I didn't, like it was waiting. That same day, I walked into the corner store. Everyone stared. Behind the counter, the woman smirked. "You're the runaway bride, huh?" I smiled back. "Yes, I am." Then she said something I didn't expect. "That oven you're sleeping next to? Best bread I ever had came from there." That night, I asked Aunt about the woman who used to bake there, Miss Loretta. A week later, I knocked on Loretta's door. I asked her to teach me. She didn't say yes. She just asked, "You got shoes that can handle flour?" That's how it started. I swept, I cleaned, I burned the first 10 loaves. She said, "The dough talks. You just gotta listen with your hands." Every mistake taught me something, and every morning I returned to that oven with new hope. Soon people in town started showing up. One loaf became 5, then 10. They didn't come just for bread. They came for comfort, for warmth. 6 months later, that bakery was mine. And one Saturday morning, as I pulled fresh loaves from the oven, I heard tires crunching on gravel. I turned. It was him, the man who left me in a wedding dress. Looking tired, pale, nervous. He said, "I miss what we had. I want to fix it." But all I felt was distance. I looked him straight in the eyes and asked, "Did you fall in love with me again? Or just expect I'd still be frozen in time waiting for you?" He had no answer. And I had nothing left to give him. When he walked away, I didn't cry, because I had already risen, like the bread in my oven, and I didn't miss him.